है तो दरवाजे पर बता दीजिए। हरे कृष्णा एंड जय श्री राम एवरीवन। आज आज रामनवमी है तो सबको रामनवमी की मिनी मिनी क्या कहते हैं विशेष बताएंगे। ठीक है। मुझे भी ऐसा एक्चुअली इंटरफेरेंस इस ऑन हरी बोल हरी बोल। ओके ठीक है तो अगला शब्द से शुरू करेंगे। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपं कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम् वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुं श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादाः सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखावितांश्च नमो महावदन्याय नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नन्दे गौराङ्गसे नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौर श्री राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी शुभानुसुत देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। तो आज हम भगवान राम का विपरीत मंत्र करेंगे। रामचंद्राय वेंकटे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीताय पतये नमः। रामाय रामभद्राय रामचंद्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीताय पतये नमः रामाय भद्राय रामचंद्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीताय पतये नमः। तो ये श्री राम का प्रणाम मंत्र है, तो प्रणाम कर देता हूँ। इसका मीनिंग हुआ पढ़ेंगे। Salutations to Ram, who is also known as Ramabhadra and Ramchandra, who is mentioned in Vedas as the greatest lord of the Raghuvansh and the whole world, and who is the consort of Sita. ये इसका उनको प्रणाम करके कहा जाता है। तो आज रामनवमी है, तो आज की क्लास हम भगवत गीता नहीं बल्कि we'll do okay, I'll switch to English. So today's class we'll do on Bhagwan Ram. Okay. So today's topic would be this. I am yours. We would have heard a lot of times from our spouses, I'm yours, or maybe not. Or maybe we are longing to hear that from our spouses or our partner. Right. So today's topic is I'm yours. But it's not, we are not going to discuss in the material sense, but in what sense I'm yours. So we'll start with this story. Right. So today we'll have laughter. So after we all know Ramayana, right? So a lot of things would be like we know this, but just Ramayana is a story you can hear 20 times, 100 times, 200 times. It always feels as beautiful as the first time, or even better actually, right? People, Srila Prabhupada used to say that people in India, like they keep on reading Ramayana or hearing Ramayana year after year or many times a year, and they still love to hear Ramayana. Even like if Ramayana is happening, Ram Leela is happening in front of or nearby your society, nearby your colony, people will flock in masses to go to that place just to hear Ram Katha. They know all the story. Maybe with the movies, you will not know second or third time, right? However good a movie is, you will like, okay, two times I already know, that's it. But Ram Katha, our scriptures, our Shastra, this is something so beautiful that you keep on reading again and again and you'll always enjoy it with the same vigor. Right? So we'll start with the story. So after Bhagwan Hanuman, after Hanumanji, he burnt Lanka, right? And he came back to again India. And where the Vanar Sena was there and everyone was like in the camp, everyone was resting. So he comes back with the with the ring which was given by Mata Sita. Right, he comes back with that. It was ring, I guess. Right. The jewelry which was given by Mata Sita, he comes back with that. And just to prove that I have met Mata Sita. And he meets Bhagwan Ram. So Bhagwan Ram asks him like, what all things you saw. So he tells that I met Mata Sita. And Bhagwan Ram also asks, so how was the like tell me about the Lanka. What is the security there? So it tells like there are four levels of security. The first level is like it is surrounded by the sea. Then it's very much surrounded by the forest where there are a lot of wild animals are there, and it's like very impenetrable even to cross the sea and after that the forest and not just wild animals but a lot of ferocious animals are living in the forest, right? Who cannot let you cross that. And after that, there is another level of security that is at the top of mountain, which is surrounded by the river. So even the crossing the river, which is full of crocodiles and other creatures, it is also difficult. And then there is a big fort there on the top of the hill, and inside that Lanka is there. So he explains very beautifully, like all those things, like how many levels of security there, because that's his job. He has to explain. But then he tells that, but I, I was able to cross everything, right, easily. Right, if I can do it, all of us like. So he tells like all I need is seven Vanar, right? And you don't need whole army. Why to send all the army and make everyone in trouble? With just seven Vanar, including Angar, Sugriv, me, like Jamwant, and like seven generals, and we are enough to capture Lanka, destroy Lanka, and then get Mata Sita. You don't have to worry. I will bring Mata Sita, right? It is as easy, even though I have described a big level of security, all those things, but it's not much of a trouble. So he tells that in a convincing way. But Bhagwan Ram said that, yes, that's very good to hear. But I have taken a place to bring Mata Sita myself. Like he does not say Mata Sita, but I have taken a place to bring Sita myself. Right. So we'll go ahead and we'll have like we'll capture we'll have fight or we'll capture we'll move towards the Lanka. Right. So he tells about all those things you can see in the story. He tells about how he acquired the Lanka, and Bhagwan Ram was very happy, like hearing all those things, meeting with Sita, and how he has taken Lanka to the task, right? And everyone was like very afraid. All the Vanars, sorry, all the Rakshas were very afraid of one monkey. Right. So, so everyone was very afraid, and then he was very happy to hear all those things, and he like embraces Manju. So he was telling all those things, and after like getting all this information, so what happens? He decides like we should proceed towards Lanka. So all the Valar Sena, so they were in the Kiskindha at that time, a little towards ocean, but not really near the ocean. Right. So they started proceeding towards the ocean. That we'll have to go to the ocean and we'll have to cross the ocean. So it was already in the mind of Lord Ram that how we are going to cross it. It's a vast ocean. But yeah, uh, he asked, like he had consulted with his generals also, Sugriv and everyone, like how we are going to do that. But the time has not yet come. So they started proceeding. You can see in the picture they were marching towards the ocean, all the Sena. So when they reached near the ocean to near the Mount uh, Mahindra, right? On the top, from the top of the mountain, they could see the vast ocean. एक बहुत बड़ा ocean उनको दिख रहा है. So it is described in Valmiki Ramayana. In front of them, there is a vast ocean of the water, and behind them, there is a vast ocean of the monkeys and all the Ram Sena, Vanar Sena. Right, millions of Vanars marching towards Lanka, marching towards the ocean. Right, so two oceans which are going to meet. It is described something like that beautifully. So they are marching, and then they reach Mount Mahindra. Right, and they set up a camp there, deciding that what needs to be done, how we are going to cross that. And when they reach that place uh, at the setup camp, on the other side, Lanka, what was happening? Right. So here, Bhagwan Ram is consulting with Sugriv. Bhagwan actually does not have to consult with him. He already knows everything. He knows how to do all those things. But then, because he has come here, he has to set up example. So, and also he has to involve. When I say involve, it is involving in the service, not like he really need to know any information or any nitty-gritties from the generals. He knows everything. He's Bhagwan. Right. But he has to give service to all. So he was consulting everyone. Okay, we are all part of the army. You are my general, so I'll consult you. You told him that. On the similar way, um, in Lanka also, Ravan was consulting all his ministers. He was in assembly. He called everyone in the assembly and he asked, like, there was a monkey who caused that much rampage, burnt the Lanka, and troubled everyone. And we could not even overcome the monkey. How we are going to overcome this Vanar Sena? Right. So he was consulting like what should we do. That time his general sensed a little fear into uh, they sensed a little fear in Ravana. So what they said, like they started flattering. Right. So they said, why are you worried, Ravana? Oh Ravan, you are the king of all the asuras. Why are you worried? You have you have single-handedly defeated all the Yakshas, all the Gandharvas, and all the celestial living beings, right? You are the head of Asuras. Even when demigods see you, Indra and all the demigods, they start running, right? Even by coming in your presence itself, right? You are that powerful. Why are you so much worried about this? So other people said like, you tell me, you don't even have to bother. Like Bhagwanji was saying, we need only 7 monkeys to cross and we'll bring that Sita. So here Prahasta, his minister, he was saying that you just tell us you just give us the order and we will go, we'll kill Ram, Lakshman and all the Sena by ourselves. You don't even have to bother about this. Right? They were all flattering like, they can do so much. Then all his ministers, like everyone was flattering him, giving him, I will not say consolation, but encouragement that you don't have to worry. We ourselves is enough. Indrajit came. I have defeated Indra single-handedly, and my name itself is Indrajit because of that. Why are you worried, Father? Like I am here. I alone can go and kill Ram and Lakshman and all the Sena single-handedly within few minutes itself. You don't have to worry. You are all okay. Right? One Banar came and did this because we were not prepared. So don't worry. This time we are prepared. Nothing of that sort is going to happen. So Ravan was a little more relieved. Okay, he's getting his encouragement built up. But then Vibhishan came and he said, "Okay, all these things are good. One Vanar came, and you all who are boasting this much, I can single-handedly do this, I can single-handedly do that. ठीक है, मैं अकेले ये कर लूँगा, वो कर लूँगा. But एक वानर आया, and you could not do a single thing. He burnt the whole Lanka, and you guys who are boasting now this much could not do a single thing. You cannot even capture, right? You cannot even like do anything to that Vanar. And you are saying you can do this and that to the whole army. When the Vanar himself said that, I am the smallest of all. Like Hanuman says that to Mata Sita there, right? I am the one. He says that all the Vanars there are either stronger than me or at least equal to me. Some are equal to me. Most of them are stronger than me. Right. So he tells to Mata Sita, you don't have to worry. We will just free you in no time. So he says that when he is just one Vanar who says that he is the smallest of all, we cannot even stop him, and you are saying like you guys are boasting that we can single-handedly do this and that and all those things. So he advised Ravana at that time, he don't do this. He is the Lord himself. Bhagwan Ram is the Bhagwan himself, right? And don't do this kind of mistake. Just give him back Mata Sita and be happy. He will certainly forgive you. Right? Then at that time, uh, when he says that, Ravana he dismantles the assembly. Like, okay, everyone should disperse the assembly, everyone should go home and like just think about it. Then when he was at his palace, Vibhishan again came and he told the same thing. He was again advising him to release Sita and not just release, give him some money also so that he will not be angry and like he will take back Mata Sita and he will forgive him. Just go into Sarana, right? So Ravana says that you don't worry, you are my little brother. Okay, you don't worry about this. You mind your own business. You don't have to worry about all these things. You just go and do your job. Right. So he just pushes him away. Pushes him away and just asks him to go out. Then he again sit on his chariot, comes to the assembly, and he started the discussion again. What should be done? What shall we do to stop the army? And that time again, his generals started. We can do this, we can do that, all those things. But Vibhishan, before they like after a few generals spoke, that Vibhishan started again. Okay, so before that, Ravana tells that the good news is Kumbhakarna is awake, right? He is here to fight with us, and now our strength is multifolded. We all know how strong, how powerful Kumbhakarna is. So he is awake, we all don't have to worry. So all the Rakshasa is like in cheerful mood. Yes, Kumbhakarna is awake now. No one can defeat him. That powerful was Kumbhakarna. Right. So they were all powerful, and then again he tells one false news to them. That, and I'll give you one good news also. That Sita has agreed that after, if Ram does not come within a year of the kidnapping, not from that time, then I will marry. Right. Then I will leave. That false thing he tells in front of like those. So he said like only few days are remain. So that much is enough for Kumbhakarna itself to stop. Right. So he tells them all those things. Then Vibhishan again tells, don't do this mistake again. Again he tells them that don't do this kind of mistake, and he tries to advise him, but his Senapati Prahasta, he tells that why why you should not. So he tells one from Shastra. He tells one sloka, right? He's someone. There is someone who has gone through the snake infested forest, did so much effort just to get some honey. When he gets honey, why should not he enjoy it? So it says that you have gotten Mata Sita, you have gotten Sita, right, for your enjoyment, and you have put so much effort. Why don't you go and enjoy it? She cannot even stop. She cannot even stop you. Right. So a lot of time we hear some misconception. If you see, there is an anti-Hindu propaganda, anti-Sanatan propaganda that Ravana was a good guy. He was not touching Sita. Right. This is the answer here. So he tells that yes, I can do that, but there is one problem. Once upon a time, long back, I was in a jungle, and then there was one beautiful Apsara, very beautiful Apsara. Her name was Kunchikasthali. Right. She was going through Kunchikasthali. She was going through the forest, and I could not control my lust towards her. I cannot control my emotions towards her, and I just wanted myself to be associated with. Right. So I forcefully took her, right, and uh, I did the bad things with her forcefully. And what happened, like after I had completed my urge, I just left her. So she was going. She was like pleading that I am going to Brahma. Right. I have some task for him. I am going to Brahma. Don't do this. But like he did not. He did not stop. He did what he had to do. And then like he left her. Like he ran away nakedly to Brahma. And when Brahma sees her like that, he got very angry, and he told Ravana, if next time if you are going to do any such kind of thing with any women, your head will burst into 1,000 pieces. Like that is the curse. You cannot do that. So he tells that because of this curse, I cannot do anything forcefully to Sita. The only thing I can do is somehow convince her for, uh, by words or by fear, right, by force, but somehow convince us so that she gets ready. If I do anything forcefully, my head will burst into 1,000 pieces. That was the reason why he cannot do anything forcefully to Mata Sita. Right. It's not like because he was a good guy, like a lot of times it's been propagated. Right. The same thing we discussed for the Karna also. He's a good guy. No. Like anyone who is on the side of the, the evil forces, they cannot be good men. Right. So Ravana himself was the evil force, not even on the side. Right. So he was not a good guy, but that was the reason, and he reveals that in that Sama, in that assembly. So when he reveals, so Vibhishan again asks him, like he's trying to convince, you go ask for forgiveness, go into Sharan of Bhagwan Ram, right? He will forgive you. He is very Karunamai, right? Don't do this. Take Mata Sita to Bhagwan Ram, and that way at least you will be able to save the whole Rakshas Kula. Otherwise, the destruction of the whole Kul is certain. Right? He tells all those things. But then, uh, huh. But then what happens? the Prahasta again protested. So Vibhishan got a lot of abuse from all the people. Like Indrajit, Prahasta tells like why he can't do that. You are very weak person and you are on the side of Ram. This and that, right? Indrajit said you are a coward. You are a eunuch, right? You are, just because you are my uncle, I'm leaving you. Otherwise, I would have killed you here itself. Right. So they all started abusing Vibhishan. Even even Ravan, right? Ravan he called that even though you are my brother, it's good to live with even the enemies than living with the relatives like you who are nothing but the traitor. He tells that, right? You are my brother. You are my well wisher, but you yourself are my like you yourself are is my enemy, right? You are the traitor, like घर का बेदी लंका ढाई, like that thing, right? So you are the traitor who is living in the same house. So they all started abusing Vibhishan, and then he says that Vibhishan says that okay, if you like, I tried a lot of times. Here in the same story itself, three times he did. I tried convincing you a lot of time, but I don't think you are going to understand. And this is going to cause the whole destruction of our Kula. Right. So I better leave that place because I cannot be on the side of Adharma. So he leaves this place with four of his ministers. Right. So there is a verse comes in Panchatantra. Right. Upadeso hi murkhanam prakopaya cha shantaye payanpanam bhujanganam kevalam vishabardhanam. Its meaning is if good instructions are given to a foolish person, he simply becomes angry and turns against the instruction instead of taking advantage of it. If one feeds a serpent milk, just like if one feeds a serpent milk, the snake will simply increase its venom. So Panchtantra, Hitopadesh, all those things are giving you example, real life example, and how you can apply this thing. So we say a lot of time, मूर्खों को शिक्षा देने का कोई फायदा नहीं है. मतलब don't teach the fools. Even whoever have attended Mangala Aarti, there is one instruction also out of this Sikshastakam, out of this 10 commandments of Harinam. There is one instruction that don't give the glory of Harinam to the one who are unfaithful. Right? Because they will only disrespect it. They will unnecessarily argue it. Right? They will try to just put bad things about it, so it does not help. We also discuss a lot of time, don't argue with nonsense people. Right? They will only take your time, waste your time. They will not do anything. They will not understand. You will waste your 2 hours, 3 hours of time just for the arguing, and result will be zero. You are, if you are like very firm in your faith, at least you will start. In case you are not and you start arguing, it's possible that you are also deviated from that. So it is very important for us to understand. Even our Shastra says that. You don't give updates to good people, right? The foolish people. What they will do, they will become angry. We saw the same case with Ravana. Vibhishan was trying to convince him again and again and again. All he was getting is angry. You are a traitor. You are envious to me. I have this much. I have that much. I got Sita. You are just envious to me. Right? You are not doing anything. You are not helping me. What kind of brother are you? Right? He was saying all kind of abuse to him, getting more angry. He even asked him to leave this. If you are so much faithful, if you are so much loyal to Ram, just leave this place. Go away. We don't need you. Right? Because you are a traitor, you only do harm to us. Right? So he does all those things. Same thing. Right? So this is a lesson for us also. If we understand someone who is really foolish or they are not intelligent enough to comprehend and understand the teachings, the knowledge which we want to give, it's better to just leave them alone. So Srila Prabhupada, a lot of hippies, they were not able to understand all those things. A lot of like even that was propagated after also. Like Hindu Swami Maharaj told one story. So when these people used to come, they cannot understand anything. A lot of people used to come just for dancing, just for more of them used to come for that sweet bullet. You know what is sweet bullet? Anyone knows? What is that? Gulab Jamun. Gulab Jamun was known as sweet bullet in US. Right. So yes, if you say Gulab Jamun, they don't know Gulab, they don't know Jamun. So it's called sweet bullet. So the bullet which gives them the energy and sweet. Right. So it was like something. So it was famous with that. So a lot of people used to come for that sweet bullet. And his point was okay, don't give them shiksha. You just give them prasadam. I'll just give them prasadam one day because prasadam is Bhagwan's mercy. It's a God's mercy. You give them prasadam, it will change. Right? No doubt on that. So that is also a very big fundamental of our movement also. You start with the prasadam. It will do wonders. Right? A lot of Prabhuji, or if your Prabhuji or Mataji is not very firm, start giving them prasadam, right? And just then see the magic. I have become, I am here because of that. So I can tell you, it works really. When prasadam means bhoga, right? We all understand. Not prasadam khutha ke devo. Okay. So then what happened next? Then he comes. Vibhishan comes with four of his generals, and within an hour they reach the shore of a few minutes an hour they reach the shore of where the Vanar Sena is there. They have camped, and he starts circling on the sky. Then all those people, all those Vanar Sena, Sugriv, Angad, everyone, Hanuman, everyone saw that he could store something looks like a cloud there. What is that? But this cloud is coming near. Right. So they were seeing that the cloud is moving in the circles. It looks very odd why cloud is moving in the circle. But then they were coming near slowly. And they said, then they realized, okay, this is some Rakshas. Right. So they come and they tell to. So here in this picture, you can see it. Right. They were still in the sky. They did not come down. Vibhishan and his four general, they did not come down. And so yes. So what happens? They come and tell Bhagwan Ram that there are five Rakshasas, right? And they're circling the ground and they are like, yeah, they are near to us. So everybody started putting their views to who they were and what should we do with them, right? So Vibhishan tells in Valmiki Ramayana it comes. So hum purush, so aham parushikas tena daso bachcha avmanita tattva putram chidarama charadavam sharanam gata. And reviled by him and humiliated as a slave, I, leaving my sons and my wife, have come to take refuge with Ram. Sharanam gata. Refuse. Right. Our today's topic is abuse. Right. So he tells that I have left my wife, I have left my children, I have left my palace, all the happy life, just to come into center of the Mara. He tells that. Go and introduce me like that. Right. So they come and Sugriva tells that he is a Rakshas. Right. We cannot trust a Rakshas. He is brother of Raman. We don't have to think much, just kill him. Right. Otherwise, whatever he knows, he goes back and tells, and they will know our strategy and all. And the other tells, we should use some caution. We should be very careful about with him, and we should first try to use him for our advantage. Okay, let's get him. Right. If we are not killing him, let's get him into our group. Cause we have to be careful with caution. What we should do? We should use him for our benefit. We should take his advantage. And if we feel that this guy is not trusted or he is doing something wrong, then we should throw him out. Right. Jamon Sharabhar, he said that what we should do, yes, he's again extending the logic of Angada. He said that yes, we should take him and put a spy behind him. That way he will come to know what is his real intention. Right, so everyone was suspicious. Jaman says that Jaman says that we should regard him with very great suspicion and first interrogate him very thoroughly. Like police does the interrogation on not third degree, right? Not third degree, but very thoroughly interrogate him for a long time to understand what he wants. And after a long interrogation, something he will reveal, right? And we'll come to know what his real intentions are. So they were all very careful. They were all very suspicious of Vibhishan and his associates, right? And why it was because they were all very protective of Bhagwan Ram, right? They should not cause any harm to Bhagwan and Ram and Lakshman, and that's why they were like very much worried, like we should not let them in because our goal is fixed. We have to we have to march towards Lanka, capture it, get Mata Sita. Right. We should not get into all those things or someone who is leaking our secrets. But then Hanuman, he asked, Bhavan Ram asked Hanuman also, "Okay, what do you think, Hanuman? Like, you have been to Lanka. Did you see him? What do you think about him?" So Hanuman says that, yes, what all they are saying is all good, but this person, so when Vibhishan came, he was taking Ram Ram. So this person is taking Bhagwan Ram's name, your name. Any inauspicious person cannot have the ability to take Bhagwan's name, God's name, right? And he has come sincerely to take your shelter. Even if he is telling the wrong thing, even if he is telling all the false thing, right? At least his facial expression can reveal what is his true intention. A lot of times we see uh, people say the lie, people tell lie, right? They say something, but their face is something telling something else. Right? You can see by the expression, you will realize that it's not matching. Right? It's a complete mismatch. Whatever they are telling, it's completely wrong. Like you are very happy with something happening with your someone you don't like. I'm very sorry to see that in you. Something is happening to you. But we have seen a meme, right? Dog's meme where dog is very sad outside, he's crying, and behind that his face is like laughing, like that. So facial expression, lot of times that reveals. So Hanuman says that we are watching him from long time. Even what he is saying is wrong. His facial expression says that he he is not he is genuine, right? So I don't have any suspicion for him. I think we should take him. We should accept. Right. Then Sugriva again argued. Right. This argument is happening. This person has betrayed his own brother. How can we trust him? Right. Forget that what his intentions are in this earth. But a person who betrays his own family, his own brother, you are asking us to trust that person. Right? How is that possible? If he can betray his brother, he can certainly betray us. Right. So then again, like Bhagwan, like not again, then Bhagwan Ram says that he, after hearing all of your views, I certainly feel that he is a genuine person, right? And we should take him into our center. Like I should take him in my center, right? We should bring him in the army. So Sugriva was again like because he was very protective for him and he was scared that what he will do. That being a Rakshasa, he will cause a lot of damage. So he tells that no, don't do this, and he was again arguing against taking him. He again said that let's kill him and get done with this. Let's not get deviated with our goal. So Bhagwan Ram tells one. He says that he understands that all these people are actually very protective of me. They're a little fearful that they is causing me damage or he will harm me and Lakshmana. And so he tells that only one time when Bhagwan says in Ramayana that what he is capable of. Right? Other time he always gives service to everyone. Like he can, like क्या बोलते हैं, चुटकी में, right? He can finish everything. He can defeat or kill any Rakshasa the moment he wants. When he gives service to, or when he wants to see what is happening in the Lanka, who has taken, where is Mata Sita, he can do it in a moment itself, right? But then he gives service to everyone. Like you, Hanuman, you go and see that. Right, Sugriva, you assemble all those banners, will march towards that. Nothing is impossible for God. But when he comes to the world, he gives service to all his associates. That way, he gives opportunity for everyone to go back to God, right? To go back to Golok Vrindavan. Same way Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also came, he gave service to a lot of these people. Right? He gave a service to us also. Like जहाँ ताहे तहाँ कहे कृष्ण उपदेश. Right? भगवान का preaching करना, भगवान के नाम का प्रचार करना. That is our service. Right? That's the whole movement is about. So yes, coming to the point, he tells that you people are so much worried about me. You are thinking that these Rakshasa can cause me any harm. You don't know that with a fingertip of with a tip of my finger, I can simply kill all the asuras and Rakshasas at one in one moment. Right. Only one time he tells his about his ability in whole Ramayana. Like you don't have to worry that they are going to cause me any harm. Right. They are not even capable. They are not एक धूल के बराबर भी नहीं है मेरे लिए. Right. So he tells that, but then he tells one story, right, of a hunter and fisher. There is one story he tells in the same that there was a hunter and he was in the jungle. He captured a pigeon. When he captured the pigeon, you can see there. He after capturing him, he was just walking towards out of the jungle and he saw a big tree. He decided to take rest below the tree. And when he decided to take rest below the tree, that tree, the same pigeon's wife used to live there, right? The she pigeon, right? She used to live in the tree. Then what she thought like is because hunter is my guest. It's not like she did not recognize. She recognized the pigeon who he has captured is her husband, but then she thought that hunter is her guest, and I don't have anything to serve to him. I am a poor pigeon. I cannot give him anything which is of useful to him. So what she does, she brings some uh, tinka and all those things, some little wood, grass, woods on the ground, and she burns then he burns that because it was cold. So he burns that, and what she says that I don't have anything to offer to you. Only thing I can offer you is my body. I will jump into the fire so that you can eat me. Right. So that was the that that is our when we say Atithi Devo Bhav. Now this thing is completely gone, right? एक movie आई थी ना अतिथि कब जाओगे? Right. Our mood is now in that अतिथि देवो भव पे नहीं रह जाता है. We have heard a lot of story of खाने के लिए भी नहीं होता था. They used to give everything to the अतिथि. हम अभी क्या करते हैं? अरे कितना बचा है घर में? अरे ये तो केवल हमारे लिए बचा है. ठीक है, कुछ और दे देते हैं. Our mood is completely changed. We are not into that. But that was not our dharma. Our dharma is this. The sea pigeon said, I will give my body. I will jump into the fire so that you can eat me because I don't have anything else to offer to you. The hunter becomes he becomes very happy with that kind of devotion and that kind of dharma, following the dharma. He releases her husband and he tells like, okay, he releases her husband, and what they did, they go find some fruits and nuts and then give to the hunter so that he can travel further without any hunger, without any problem. Right? So Bhagwan Ram tells the same story, right? And he tells that our Shastra says that even a sea pigeon, which is a small creature, she can offer her whole body to the hunter so that she can kill. He can eat her, right? So he tells this. So okay, I think this was done. Right, so he tells this. Sakrita eva prapannaya. If you want, we can actually recite. Sakrit eva prapannaya. Tava asmi iti chayachate. Abhyam sarva bhutebhyo. Tadami etat mritam mama. And again. Ane enam hari shrestha. Tattam asya abhyam maya. Vibhishano vasugriva. Yadi Varavanam Soyam. So it is these two verses, very famous verses, right? That he who seeks refuge in me just once, telling me that I am yours. Today's topic, right? I shall give him assurance of safety against all types of beings. This is my solemn prayer. That मैं प्रण लेता हूँ जो कोई भी मेरे रिफ्यूज में आएगा, जो कोई भी मेरे शरण में आएगा, ठीक है? मैं उसको मैं उसकी गारंटी में उसका पूरा एश्योरेंस लेता हूँ कि गारंटी करके मैं क्या करता हूँ, ठीक है? जो भी करता है, आई थिंक यू अंडरस्टूड, राइट? सो आई टेक द एश्योरेंस, मैं उसका पूरा एश्योरेंस लेता हूँ कि आई विल सेव हिम फ्रॉम ऑल द बैड थिंग्स. दिस इज माय प्लेस, ये मेरा प्रण. The next he said, O Sugriva, the chief of monkeys, let him either be Vibhishana or even Ravan himself. I have given an assurance of safety to him. Bring him here. तो बोलते ये यहाँ तो विभीषण है, अगर रावण भी आ गया मेरे सामने और मेरी शरण में आया, I will give him my full protection. मैं उसको अपनी पूरी सुरक्षा प्रदान करूंगा. He tells that. Like very important thing. In Bhagavad Gita also we have the similar verse. Uh, this one, right? Abandon all variety of religion and just surrender unto me. Sarva dharma parityajya mam ekam saranam vraja. Aham sarva aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshisyami ma sucha. This is the whole essence of Bhagavad Gita. Leave all the religion and come to me. Come, I will deliver you from all the sinful creation. Right. This connects to, this is the same thing which Bhagwan Ram says here. Right. He tells that. So, he tells these things. So what happens here? Like Sharan ka एक one wonderful story comes, which yesterday Amol Prabhu was telling. So I think it's very important. So when Bhagwan went into Vanvas, that time नंगे पैर वो चल रहे थे क्योंकि चरण पादुका it was taken by Bharat Maharaj. Like Bharat has taken his Charan Paduka, so he did not have, he was just walking barefoot there. So a lot of kante and these all thorns was like he was, thorns and all those kankar, patthar, it was like piercing in his leg. So Mata Sita and Lakshman was so much worried, like, why don't you wear something, like you just wear something, why are you having so much trouble, and let us take out these thorns and let us give you healing, a good massage and all those things. But Bhagwan said, no, I don't need these things. So they're like, why are you not doing this? They asked again and again, but he was always refusing. So they asked, why are you not letting us do this survey? They said that, I don't want you to take out this thorn because they have come into my sharan. This thorn. They have come under my name, under my protection. I cannot just throw them away. I cannot let anyone throw them away. I have taken the place. This is anyone who comes under my protection, anyone who comes under my sharan, take it. I will take care of all their problems. This is his promise. This is his pledge. Right. So he gives this pledge like, leave Vibhishan, even Ravan even come to me, I will give him my protection. So there is one story also come like in other version of Ramayana that you have already promised Vibhishan, like after some time, you have promised Vibhishan to be the king of Lanka. If Raman comes to you, sir, then what you will give to him? They said, I will make him Avadhesh. I will give him my Avadhraj. So they were like, but you are the king of Avad. He said, I don't need anything. They have come under my sharan. Right? If they want to rule, I will give them what they want. Right? So that was his mood. He said, like, I'll forgive him for all the sins he has done till now. All he needs to do to come to me and say, I am yours. That is the whole thing. Sharanagati is about I am yours. Right. So he tells that that if anyone comes to him telling I am yours, I will give him full assurance, full protection. Then Vibhishan, like after he finds that, okay, I am safe, these all are things done. He has gotten the green signal. Then he comes down. Then only he puts his leg on the ground, and the first thing he does is do Dandavat of Bhagwan Ram. Right? He does Dandavat of Bhagwan Ram, and he introduces himself. I am Vibhishan. I am the younger younger brother of Ravana. Right. So Bhagwan Ram asked him a lot of details, like tell me about Lanka, tell me about what is the strength or weakness of Ravan. He tells that Ravan has gotten a boon from Lord Brahma that he cannot be killed by any celestial being, any devata, any god. Right. But he was so proud that a mere human, what it can do to me. So he did not say that a human can kill me. Right. And the only person who can kill him is human. Like he cannot be killed by anyone. So he tells him all his weakness and all his strength and all those things. So after hearing all those things, Bhagwan Ram was very happy. He embraces Vibhishan. Right. He embraces Vibhishan and he says uh, that I will make you the king of Lanka. So he asked Lakshman to go bring some water from the sea, and he put Vibhishan on the stone, and he does his Rajyabhishek with the sea water, right, making him the king of Lanka. So that was a story about the surrender. There are so many stories of surrender in Ramayana. I wanted to take this one because this is one very beautiful story of surrender. Someone who left his family, his wife, his children, his brother, for what? Why did he leave all those things? He was having a good life riding on Rakshasa, living in the golden palace, having enjoy all those things. He can have as many Rakshasis as wife he wants. Right. But he left everything. He came to Bhagwan Ram. For what? Why do you think he came to Bhagwan Ram? Was he scared that when they come they will kill him? Why did he come to Lord Ram? No, he did surrender. That's a activity. That's a process. But what was his mind? What was the mentality that he came to Bhagwan Ram? Huh? Because he wanted to be on the side of Dharma. He knew what Ravan is doing is a dharmic thing. It's a completely wrong thing to do. He tries to convince him a lot of times, don't do this. Just go ask for forgiveness for Bhagwan Ram. He's very Karunamai. He can give you forgiveness. Right? He will not do anything. He can even make you the king. Just go and ask for. Just say that I am yours. All you need to do is just say him I am yours. Right? But like a मूर्ख को उपदेश देना is like सांप को दूध पिलाना. Right? So Ravana was like that. So now a lot of time we are hearing surrender. I am yours. What is surrender? What do you think is surrender? What do we mean by surrender? Believing in the master, that is surrender. Yes, अपने गुरु पे विश्वास रखना, having full faith in your guru is surrender. What else? Having full faith in God, guru पे your God thing. What else? There is nothing we can handle without this. There's nothing we can handle without their support. Their support. That's true. Yes, obviously. And sticking to that particular theory is also surrender. Yes. What else? Okay. Don't thinking like not thinking about the result. Just do our task as per the scriptures. Right. That's also surrender. Yes. What else? Without any ego, follow the whatever is instructed, you have to follow. Without any ego, कुछ भी action करना, so there should not be any ego. Whatever has been told to you, you have to follow like that. Without any question, without any ego. That is correct. Yes, all our things are correct. Right. So we'll see what our Shastra says about surrender. We already discussed that, right? Abandon all variety of religion and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all the sinful ways. So here also Lord says that surrender to me, surrender unto me. That is the whole essence of Bhagavad Gita. Surrender to me, leave all the religions. But when we say religion, that does not mean don't become Hindu, don't become Muslim, don't become Christian. That is not the religion. Those are man-made religion. This is not, that is not Sanatana. Right. So Srila Prabhupada, what he says that about surrender. He says that according to devotional process, one should simply accept such religious principle. Oh, it's a purport for this verse. One should simply accept that religious principle that will lead ultimately to the devotional service of the Lord. One may perform a particular occupational duty according to his position. We discussed last time what is our duties, what is our kul dharma. Performing duties according to our varnashram. That is our kul dharma. Right. So one may perform a particular occupational duty according to his position in the social order. But if by executing his duties one does not come to the point of Krishna consciousness, all his activities are in vain. If your actions, if your duties, if your task does not bring you closer to Krishna, these all things are useless. We discuss a lot of time about karma, akarma, vikarma. Right? Karma is all the good deeds, but it will not bring you closer to the Lord. While on the other hand, akarma is all the activities, same all the activities where you put God at the center. Those all activities put you closer to the God. Right? And following those activities are like prescribed one. If we are not doing the karma, these all good activities also we are doing are all waste. It's all useless. So it tells that anything that does not lead to the perfectional stage of Krishna consciousness should be avoided. One should be confident that very important line, very important line this is. One should be confident that this is surrender. In all circumstances, Krishna will protect him from all difficulties. Right? We are getting any difficulties. We should not think about our body and soul like they are how to take care of body and this and that. Krishna will see to that. When we surrender to God, we don't have to worry about these little things. This body is like 60, 70 years only. The soul is from millennium. Huh? Millions of years, right? Not millennium. Millennium is just thousand. Right? This is from millions of years. This body comes and goes, does not matter. But we worry too much about the body rather than worrying about the soul. Right? So it tells that you surrender to God, all you have to think that I have surrendered to you, I am yours, you take care of me. I will do only what pleases you. Right? Whatever makes Krishna happy, I will do all those things. Rest, he will take care. So he tells all those things, and one should always think himself helpless and should consider Krishna is the basis of his progress. As soon as one seriously engages himself in devotional service to the Lord of full Krishna consciousness, at once he becomes free from all contamination of material nature. There are different processes of religion and purifactory processes by cultivating the knowledge, meditation in the mystic yoga system, etc. But one who surrenders unto Krishna does not have to execute so many methods. So we see a lot of time, right? Karma कांड, क्या हमें ये भी करना है, क्या हमें वो भी करना है, सब कर ले. मतलब जितनी भी चीजें पता चल गई सब करना है. Right? But Bhagwan himself says that abandon all those religions and come to my shelf. So even if there is a person who does not do a single thing in his life except taking God's name. When I'm saying single thing, it does not mean daily activity like eating, drinking, right? But he does not do any other pious activity. Even if he just do one thing, taking God's name, God will deliver. That is his promise. Right. So doing all those things, you do, you don't do, does not matter. If you do, you are doing with the God at the center, you are doing with the intention that it will please the Krishna, it will work. Otherwise, it's all in the way. Right? And even if you don't do, but you remember Krishna, you remember Lord Ram all the time, these all things, even if you don't do, does not matter. There is someone who does not do, let's say, just as an example, I'm not saying you should do that. एकादशी का कोई व्रत नहीं रहता है, ठीक है? या एकादशी में something he is not following, but he does all the time God's name with genuine intention. It does not matter when he does Ekadasi Pradama. That is secondary thing. It is important for people like us so that we can become purified, we can reach to that level where 24 by 7 we can remember Krishna, we can remember Ram. Right? It is for purification process for us. But someone who is already at that level, it does not matter to them. These are the small things. Right. So a simple surrender to Krishna will save him from all unnecessary wasting time. For that level, these all things are wasting time. Right. One thus can make all progress at once, can be freed from all sinful ways. This purport itself can be taken into many days. One single verse can be explained into many days, but we are not there today. We'll do at the end of our thing. So, what is surrender? Right. So, in Chaitanya Charitamrita Bhakti Lila, it is explained here. Right. This is from one Shastra. अनुकूलस्य संकल्प प्रतिकूलस्य वज्रनाम रक्षिष्यति विश्वासो गोपत्रिवते गोप्त्रिवते वर्णम तथा आत्मनिक्षेप कार्पण्ये सद्विधा षड्विधा शरणागति. So it explains what are the 6 limbs of surrender, what are the 6 process of surrender. When we say surrender, we lot of time we hear surrender. इतना सुनते हैं. Surrender मतलब है क्या? प्रभु जी asked me that question yesterday or day before. Yesterday, right? कि इतना surrender आप बोलते हैं, but surrender करें कैसे? Right? Theory, all things are good, but then what should we do for surrender? So this is what Chaitanya Charitamrita explains. 6 limbs of surrender. क्या करते हैं? Right. So accept everything that is favorable for entering of transcendental service of the Lord. अनुकूलस्य, ठीक है? अनुकूलस्य संकल्प, मतलब वो संकल्प लेना, doing those things which are अनुकूल to the Lord service. अनुकूल मतलब in favor of, in the positive sense of. Right. What gives us the progress towards Lord service? Take those things. Do those activities. Second thing, in the same line, and reject everything which is unfavorable in Lord's service. Right? Pratikulasya varjanam. If I'm getting a job, right, which can pay me triple, but then what I have to do? I have to do all the bad things. Okay. Maybe I'm getting a job in a slaughterhouse. It is paying me 10 times. Right. But I know that it is going to only degrade my bhakti. It's not going to give me progress. It's going to create all the wrong things in my mind. Right. I must not take such job. Right. We discussed that one thing like last time. It's very easy to become into bhakti. Like it's not very difficult process. And deciding what we have to do or not. All we have to take decision basis of one thing. Is this action which I'm going to do is going to give me progress in my bhakti or not? Just you put every action in that taraju or what we call the weighing machine, right? Just weigh that and you can take your decision. Life is very simple. It's very easy to follow that. Right? Otherwise, it will be all the deliberation, this or that. You'll ask 20 people and this and that. 4 days, you'll just deliberate, should I do this or not? It's very simple. Accept everything which is going to give progress in your bhakti. Reject everything which is going to cause degradation in your bhakti. Very simple. And we know that what is going to do, what is going to do. Those are the 2 things. Then third, firmly convinced that Lord will give protection. Very important point. Right? A lot of time we think we are the controller, we can do things by our way. Right? पहले अगर चोट लगती है या आपके घर में किसी को चोट लगी, बच्चे को हुआ, we don't remember God, पहले उसको ये आता था, अरे क्या करना है, बच्चे को लेकर हॉस्पिटल जाना है, ये करना है, वो करना है. Right? First thing we remember that. We don't remember Lord. And then we forget Lord for the whole time we are in the hospital or wherever. Right? We only think about कैसे क्या करें क्या करना है. But when we have firm faith on the God, He will protect us. Even He protect those people also who don't even believe in Him. Then how He will not protect us? And when we say the protection, what do you mean by protection? When we say Lord will protect us, He will take care of. What do we mean by protection? He will save us from the accident. What does it mean? What do you think? He will save us from the material world. Okay. What else? What He will protect? There's a big misconception actually in this on this line. Like what God protects. What is good for us, it will come to us. Okay? Huh? But what does He protect? That will happen as a process. But then what is it being protected? Anxiety, overthinking, okay, um, our state of mind where it is very much agitated, anxious, and all those things. It will protect mind going towards in anxious state. What else? It will protect our soul from sorry distortions. He will protect our soul from distortions. Okay, so that is one thing. What else? He will protect the bhakti. Right? That is the correct answer. What we think, why there is a misconception? Because we think that a lot of time, मैं तो इतने भगवान की पूजा करता हूँ. But I tell you one simple example. Lot of people, lot of you know, like David was admitted to the hospital from Monday to Thursday this week itself, right? So that's why we switched to Ram Navami. No, that's not the reason, right? So my sister called and he told हमेशा पूछती है उसका सेम ही क्वेश्चन होता है कि यार तुम लोग तो इतना कुछ करते हो इतना पूजा पाठ करते हो ये करते हो वो करते हो then why this happens to you right I just laughed मतलब क्या मैं बोलूं हर बार वही पूछती है हर बार मैं बताता हूँ कि what he does is best for us right even if we take extreme steps that will be best for us only because God is not concerned with this 70-year-old body he's not concerned with that thing I'm not 70-year-old by the way. Right. Okay. He is not concerned about this thing. He is concerned about our bhakti, our soul, our consciousness. So what does He protect? He protects our bhakti. He does not protect our body. So a lot of people think if we'll go into spirituality, if we'll go into temple, if we do puja part, our bhakti will, our body will be protected. ठीक है सुख संपत्ति घर आवे कष्ट मिटे तन का right people think in that mode कि we will not have any problem in life that's it अब तो भगवान का नाम ले रहे अब तो जीवन सेट है ठीक और जब तक मरेंगे नहीं तब तक तो बढ़िया but that will not happen and that is the big cause of atheism also there is a lady who lives in our society she was a Hindu now she is a staunch Christian such a staunch Christian she has converted already 20-30 people in the society the working people, the maids, those people, housekeeping people, and some residents also. Faith, faith in her, faith in Lord Jesus for her, right? And we don't have that kind of thing. If someone says a little thing about which are deviating from that, we just leave that. Okay, so forget about preaching to others. Right? With that kind of faith here, we should learn from those people actually. Those things which can make our faith stronger. So one time Megha reached to her, we were doing book distribution in the society. And Megha reached to her flat unknowingly that it's her flat. And she was like, he, I was a Hindu, right? Why are you doing this? Krishna is not going to protect you. He does not do anything. He is all bogus thing and all the thing. I was a Hindu, and coincidentally, or funnily, ironically, I can say, her husband is a staunch Hindu. So one is a staunch Christian, another is staunch Hindu. And God's way, live together, right? So she says that I was having this pain, knee pain, and this all this bodily problem. I was worshipping God for a long time, nothing happened. And one day someone told me, come to church. And after that, I started following the church. And everything is healed. I'm perfectly fine now. That's what she was telling. They got laughed and see like left. Okay, okay. Hare Krishna Maharaj. So बोल के से left. We don't have that kind of faith. Faith. And even in her story, Pite, did she do all those things when she was Hindu? No, right? She did not have that kind of faith when she was Hindu for the same for the Lord, for Lord Krishna. And now she's telling the things he did not do anything for me. A lot of people, 95% of the people who were Sanatani, they think that that way only. If we do puja part, if we remember God, if we do chanting, God will protect us. He will keep everything safe and will be happily ever after. No, that is where the misconception is. He will not protect your soul, sarir. He is not there to protect your body. He is there to protect your bhakti. So when he says that I will protect, when he promises that I will protect, it's not the body. It is your bhakti. It is your soul from going into the trench of Maya. Right. That is what he protects. Very important thing to know. And this is what we should learn from all those things. Right. So, no problem. And also like saying on the contrary that Bhagwan always gives us some tests to test our ability. Yeah, absolutely. He does. And the more and more you get into spirituality, the more your faith becomes stronger. You'll find more difficult situations in your life. That is the time when we have to test ourselves. Are we having enough? Are we having the strong faith? Are we having enough conviction to stick to what is righteous? This is the difficult situation. Yesterday's whole lecture was about difficult situation. Our lecture, right? What people do when the bad thing happens to the people, what they do. The bad thing was happening to a lot of people. Bhagwan Ram, bad thing happened. He was like, the next morning, it was his Rajabhisek. And then evening, something happened like Kaikeyi asked the boon, like, Bharat should be the king. What he did? He said, it's mother's wish. I should go just like that. He said that the lines he told that my father is giving me kingdom of the forest and everything good is going to happen to me. Those were his words. In a positive way, he was taking everything. Mata Sita, everyone was asked her to stay. Why are you going? Ram is given Vanvas. Why you have to worry? He said, my home is where my husband is. I will follow him no matter what, however bad condition there would be. Right. So, Bharat, right. He wanted to he was so angry that he even wanted to kill Kaikeyi. He tells that you guys, you all, my mother, my father, everyone is like dead for me now. We hear some words in the movies, right? Love marriage, especially the love marriage, the women goes outside about the father mother. You are dead to us. जाओ तुम हमारे लिए मर चुके हो. So like that, Bharat also said that. He, my all relations are like my father as you. Like I want to kill you right now so that Ram becomes a king. I want to kill my mother right now. Right? How dare you ask that kind of question? These, so how would people behave? Jatayu when he saw that he was alone, he was a weak person, right, near to his death. But he saw Ravan is kidnapping Mata Sita. He just without thinking anything, he just went to fight. Right. That I have to serve Lord. So how people behave when bad things happen, that is what makes us stronger. That is what brings us closer to the God. A lot of our acharya face a very difficult situations in their life. But because they were strong, they had the unflinching faith in Lord Ram, Lord Krishna. Right. They never they never got deviated. But we don't have that kind of conviction. We don't have that kind of faith. And that's why this process comes into picture. Do the chanting, eat bhoga, make prasadam, all those things, A, B, C, D. It's all those things. We will do the ekadasi. It's all those things so that we can become a little more faithful towards God. We can have a little more conviction that firmly convinced that Lord will give us protection. He will protect our country, no matter what. Right? Very important thing. Then fourth, accept Lord as the supreme maintainer and master. So this is the prerequisite of all those things. If we don't even believe that He is the supreme being, He is the master of all, then who is going to do all those things? So that's a prerequisite. Then remembering the one's activities and desires are not independent. Right. So we can desire, our desires can be independent, but the desire can be censored or not, that's not in our hand. I am desiring to raise my hand. If Paramatma sitting inside my body is not censoring the desire, I am not going to raise my hand. Right. So I can desire whatever I want. We desire a lot of things that we get 100 marks. We desire that I will have, not me, right? I will have 20 crore rupees and this and that. We can desire a lot of things. But then who will be sanctioned? It's a God. So it's not independent. We should know that. And very important, last but not least, being meek and humble. Vinamrata. Without Vinamrata, these all things will never happen. With ego, right? We cannot even cross this thing. So I was hearing one lecture from Among Leela Prabhu. I think most of us will know it, right? Or many of us know it. So I was telling one thing very important that our soul is, we know the size of soul, right? It is 1 by 10,000, 1 by 10,000 size of the tip of hair. That small is our soul, right? And soul is soul, that's a pure. So it says that this we are living in the material world and that's a spiritual world. How we cross, there is a very small hole, and the size of the hole is only 1 by 10,000 of the size of hair, tip of hair, right? So only the soul can cross that hole. Now, if we have some ego, we heard that eight objects, right? Uh, भूमिरापो नलो वायु खम मनम बुद्धि रेवचा अहंकार इति Vita Prakritir Ashtana. Right, so eight things. Above soul, there are subtle body which is made up of mind, intelligence, and false ego. So, if our soul is not pure, that means if we have even a little ego, that ego is a covering of our soul and it cannot cross that hole. That means, however hard it tries, it will always stuck in the material world. So, we have to let go of our ego, no matter what. And how we can? Only by being vinamra. Right, being humble. What is vinamrata? What is humbleness? Humility. Any point. Apart from people who were in yesterday's class. What do you think is humility? Humility. Humility or vinamrata is accepting others' decision. Accepting others' decision is vinamrata. Okay. What else? Any other point? I wrote a line. Very beautiful line. आप लोग बोलिए. I'll read that line. Respecting others, respecting other decision. What else? Anyone else? So trying to think that I am the tuch of everything. That is Vinamrata. What else? Yes, that's also correct. Not falsely boasting about ourselves, our identity. That is Vinamrata. Alright. I will come to what exactly. Actually, these all things are correct. These are all subset of Vinamrata, humility. But what exactly it is? So Radharaj Swami Maharaj expressed. The line is, if your ego comes between your duty and if your ego comes between your duty, then keeping your ego aside to perform your duty is humility. राइट, अगर आपको लगता है कि आपको भगवान की सेवा करना है, यू हैव टू डू सम ड्यूटी फॉर द गॉड, and your ego comes in between that. Something is there which is stopping you there, right? Which is stopping you to perform that duty. And you keep that ego aside and perform that duty. That is your humility. That is your vinamrata. Huh. Okay, ego is when we identify, when we say ego, right? Here, everywhere in Bhagavad Gita, you will see ego means false ego. Right? When we identify ourselves with this body, and what happens when we identify ourselves with this body? Like, I am the MC of this society. I can do whatever I want. Right? I am manager of this XYZ company. I can keep these people. I am owner of this house. Right? Everyone should follow what I am saying. Then what happens? People start thinking that I am the controller. Right? This ego leads to us into falsely believing that, why it's called false ego? Because it falsely makes us believe that we are the controller. We can do things ourselves. But we just discussed, we can only desire. We cannot do things. If it is not sanctioned by the Lord, it will not happen at all. So ego, when we say ego or false ego, means anything which identifies as a bodily object, that is ego. Right. So here, if our anybody say I have to, let's say I'll take one example. I went to the temple. There is a brahmachari or any sannyasi, whoever. He asked, okay, Prabhuji, आप free हो क्या आपको टॉयलेट साफ करना? Hey, simple instruction. Two ways. अरे मैं तो 5 साल से इस्कॉन में हूँ, ठीक है? मैं यहाँ मंदिर 5 साल से आ रहा हूँ, कैसे मतलब मुझे बोल दिया कि ये छोटे छोटे बच्चे अभी उनको क्यों नहीं बोला? राइट? अगर ये बोल के मैंने सोचा, ठीक है, मैं नहीं करूंगा, या आई डेलीगेट टू समवन कि अच्छा मैं तो बड़ा आदमी हूँ, ठीक है, मैं तो इतने सिंस इयर्स आई एम हियर, ठीक, सिंसियर नहीं, सिंस इयर्स आई एम हियर इन दिस कॉल, ठीक है, आई एम अ बिग गाय, सो आई शुड नॉट डू दिस स्मॉल स्मॉल टास्क एंड आई गिव टू, या तो आई टेल आई विल नॉट डू और आई डेलीगेट टू, अच्छा तुम तो अभी अभी आए ना, दैट्स हाउ आई गिव हिम शिक्षा, that's how you'll become humility, that's how your humility will come, that's how you'll become, start with that, right? उसको शिक्षा देना खुद नहीं कर रहे, because my false ego came into picture. I am here from this long time. I should not do this. Right. That is one way. Another way, okay, my senior has asked me to do, let me go and do it. Simple. We discussed that. Following the leader is simply, it's most easiest thing to do. We don't have to think much. If we know there is authority, it's a good authority, and they are asking us to do something, close your eyes and just follow that. Don't have to think much. So that's a humility. I kept my ego aside that I am here in this temple serving for 20 years and then I'm asked to do the cleaning of toilet. I'm asked, I'm doing it. I kept my ego aside. That is humility. That is the humbleness. Right. And if I think, अरे मैं तो बड़ा आदमी हूँ, मैं तो यहाँ आसन पे बैठ के शिक्षा दे रहा हूँ, ठीक है, मैं क्यों सर्व करूंगा, आई एम बिग पर्सन, दैट मीन्स आपकी भक्ति ऊपर नहीं जा रही है, वो और नीचे जाएगी विद डबल स्पीड or maybe more. Because we are covering our soul with more and more this ego. And the whole is 1 by 10,000 size of hair tip. Right. As much as we cover our soul with those coverings, forget that it's going to cross that over. We will completely stuck in this material world only. Right. If we have any single ego. So that's most important thing. Being weak and humble. Right. Any other question? Okay. So, so two types of surrender is there. Um, some of the preachers explain there are two types of surrender. One is called immature surrender. One is called mature surrender. Now, what is immature surrender? That I am a businessman, right? प्रभु जी ये माला वाला छोड़िए, ठीक है, just leave all those things. ये नहीं होगा तो सुबह से रात तक दुकान में बैठा रहता हूँ मैं. I open my shop at 9 o'clock. I go home at 9 o'clock in the night, closing the shop and all. These things are not possible for me. What I will do, I have some money, I will give it to you. Okay? That is my level of bhakti. I can do only that. That is also bhakti. I will not say that's not a bhakti, right? It's the smallest level of bhakti, but because at least something we are doing for the God, that's a service. But then it's not the mature bhakti; it's a mature bhakti, and we all are starting with the mature bhakti, only, right? We don't do suddenly. It's not a bulky. We switch on the light and suddenly we become mature. But no, that's it. We all start with the immature bhakti, where what we do, where we do the service by giving our possessions. Right. So that's the immature bhakti. Then comes mature bhakti. What is mature bhakti? We give our body, our soul to the God. It's not just the possessions. But you're like, my whole time, I am yours. Hey, you do whatever you want me to do. One time we discussed when Srila Prabhupada was going with the Jaladur, right, to US. He wrote a very beautiful poem. He wrote that, Lord, I am your puppet. Right, like a puppeteer, he makes puppet to dance the way he wants. I am your puppet. I don't know what is your plan. I don't know anyone there. I have never met anyone there. So I am your puppet. Just make me dance as you wish. Right, I am completely yours. That is the surrender. Right, that is mature bhakti. A lot of people, like when you go to the temple, there'll be like two, three brahmacharis and there are hundreds of devotees. Only two, three people are actually at that level where they say like, I'm devoting myself completely to you. My whole time, right? My whole body is in your service. Not many can do that. But that's a mature level of it. Right. But it doesn't mean ki immature bhakti or doing like whatever. If we are in Grihasthashram, whatever we can do, whatever more we can do, we should try to do that. Not just stuck with कि प्रभु जी 4 माला तो मैं करता हूँ ना 15 साल से मैं 4 माला करते आ रहा हूँ मैं एकादशी का व्रत भी रहता हूँ ठीक और तो मैं जो भी आप प्रोग्राम आते हैं मैं हर बार आता हूँ मैं डोनेशन भी देता हूँ तो आई एम भक्त नहीं ठीक यू आर भक्त यस बट देन हाउ यू आर प्रोग्रेसिंग हाउ वी कैन कंपेयर यू आर प्रोग्रेसिंग आप 15 साल पहले भी वही करते थे एंड आफ्टर 15 years यू आर डूइंग एग्जैक्ट सेम थिंग आर यू प्रोग्रेसिंग जस्ट थिंक योरसेल्फ not at all. Hey, when we go to the school also, we think our progress is okay. First math lesson we learned numbers, then we learned 1 plus 1, then we learned 2 into 5. Right, that's a progress. If I stuck with 1 plus 1 is equal to 1, 2, okay, math में भूल गया. 1 plus 1 is equal to 2 for 15 years, it's a zero progress for me. So how can we say we are progressing in spirituality? Compare yourself from your last year. Compare yourself what you were 1 month before. Are you actually doing more for the service? Are you actually reading more? Are you doing one more round of chanting? Or if you are not doing one more round of chanting, are you doing more sincerely the same round of chanting? That's how you can actually compare you are progressing or not. No one else can do. We are the best judge of ourselves. Right. So that's a mature and immature surrender. And there's a very beautiful example of mature and immature surrender in our Shastra. Anyone knows? Anyone? Hanumanji. But Hanumanji never said like, he was never about immature. Mature. But I'm thinking one person who was like first immature, then he became mature. Surrender. In one story it comes. वाल्मीकि हाँ ओके ठीक है Valmiki, okay, okay, any other example? I'm not really able to relate Valmiki to immature suggestion, immature surrender here. Thanks. He did not, he left all his things that. Huh? Dhruv Maharaj also left, but they are more of a tapasya and all those things. Right. Yes, he surrendered. All of these people surrendered. But Bali Maharaj. Sripad, when he took the first step, he said, take this loka. When he took the second step, he said, take all loka. Right. Take this. That third step, everything is covered. I have nothing else to give to you. He said, put your head, put your feet on my head. I am yours. That's what we do. Right? These all people, the whole theme is I am yours. They all surrendered to the gods. Right? He said like, now you do whatever you want me, like whatever you want me to do or whatever you want with me. I am surrendering to you. I am giving myself to you, and that's it. I cannot offer you anything more. This is all I have. That is the level of surrender, and that's what surrender means. So practical things like Prabhuji asked, like how we can say, like what all things in practical life we can say we are surrendering to God. So materialistically, if we think right, materialistically, a lot of time, most of the time, you are sick, your kid is sick, or your husband is sick, wife is sick. What do we do? Do we start giving the medicine just like that? Huh? मतलब थोड़े ज्यादा sick है, not paracetamol वाले sick. Think a little serious level of sickness. What do we do? Huh? Do we go and consult a doctor, right? We don't just say, I am control. अरे I can control it. ये sickness क्या है? छोटा सा virus है. ये तो ऐसे में निकाल दो. We don't think that. When we are like stuck in some legal issues, ठीक है? हमारा भाई हमारे प्रॉपर्टी पे कब्जा कर रहा है. What do we do? और बीबी ने 498 आ दिया. That's it. Okay. यहाँ नहीं होगा. मान लीजिए कहीं पे. What normal person does? They go to the lawyer. They consult. In material world, we surrender to those people. We don't think much. We don't give them suggestion. ये आजकल एक्चुअली होता है गूगल पढ़ के सर डेंगू में तो ये होता है आप ऐसा क्यों बता रहे हैं और डॉक्टर उनको और सुनाता है कि तो तुम भी डॉक्टर बन जाओ भाई आके बैठो यू कैन बी सिट हियर टेक माय जॉब आई जस्ट स्टडीड 12 hours 12 years for this you just did a google for 12 seconds and you know this what is my job you come and sit here I'll go home and enjoy right so in material world we surrender to them we don't think much. We surrender to the doctor, we surrender to the lawyer, we surrender to the policeman to do the things which they want. The things which are their expertise. But in the spiritual thing, we don't surrender. That's the irony. We cannot control our karma. We cannot control our results. We cannot control any outcome. Still, we don't go and surrender to the God. We have zero knowledge. Really, literally, we have zero knowledge. Still, we don't go and surrender to the Guru. The Guru, please teach me. What can I do? Right. That is the state we are in right now. So that's a practical thing. Like how we can do. So these things, these six things, if we can follow, have the full faith in God, He will do whatever comes in our way. He only thinks the best for us. And He will protect our bhakti. This body really does not matter. He will protect the body, He may not. If He is not protecting the body, that means that it is good for our bhakti. Right? That sickness is come to me, that bad things come to me because He wants something best for our soul. He wants something best for our bhakti. Right? Just think that way. Never get deviated from that. भगवान इतने में पूजा करता था इतना तो किया था क्यों मैं why me why not the other guy why you because you are doing the devotion to God and God thinks the best of you that's why you the other guy is not doing he may enjoy life but then he will have zero bhakti you may not enjoy your body you may not enjoy your life as he is doing right but after this life maybe you will actually enjoy which the other guy will not. He will still stuck in the hole before them. Right. And doing the things which are favorable to the Krishna, rejecting the things which are not favorable to the Krishna. Very simple formula. All your decision can be actually taken around this. These two formula. I want to change the company. I want to buy a new house. I want to buy a new car. What is my intention? Is it going to help me in progressing my bhakti or not? I'm so confused. Should I take my car or not, or should I go for 2 years? Just think in that way. Right. The time, the energy, the money you are going to waste, is it worth? Are you actually, if I'm taking a, let's say I have a small car and I want to buy a big car, but what is my reason? I want to buy a big car because in my small car I don't have place to keep more devotees to the temple. I don't have place to keep more items to do the book distribution. So that's why I want a little bigger car so that I can be of service more to the temple, not for my enjoyment. Right? Go ahead, buy a big car, buy a most beautiful car you can afford, but put it into service of the Lord. Very simple formula, not confusing. Right? And always remembering that our actions are independent from us. We can simply desire, we cannot control anything. Right? So these all things we can do, and that's how we can surrender. So one thing I would like, this is the last point. So a lot of this question can come कि प्रभु जितना भगवान राम के बारे में बोला ठीक है तब से राम राम कर रहे हैं ठीक है लेकिन हमेशा तो हरे कृष्णा बोलते हो आप भगवान राम को क्यों नहीं करते हो if you go to social media there will be hundreds of questions it's gone people are jealous of Bhagwan Ram right they disrespect Bhagwan Ram and this and that a lot of times these questions come so Srila Prabhupada says that Bhagwan Ram is not different from Lord Krishna right he is not really different from Lord Krishna they are one and the same people yes the Leela are different the Swarup can be different they are born at different places but they are not really different persons they are all Krishna and his avatar, Bhagwan Vishnu, they are all same thing. Like when you lit एक दिया जलाया आपने, एक candle जलाया आपने, right? You lit a candle and there are 20 more candles. You use the same candles to light the 20 more candles and then you put that candle somewhere in between. Can you differentiate what all those, which candle is different from other? Not at all, right? They all look same because they all have same potential, they all have same ability. When Bhagwan Ram came here, he did not do a lot of things which Krishna did. They had a different Leela. It does not mean he had any less ability than Krishna to do. He tells that, right? These all Rakshasa and Asuras with my fingertip I can crush them to death. Don't worry about me. At only one time he tells in Ramayana. Right? But that is his potency. He can do whatever he wants. So they are not really different. Right? So here Srila Prabhupada says that we all are fallen souls. We have no power to approach the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But as it is directed by the Shastra, Sevan Mukhe Jivanu Swayam Eva Spurtiyata. So, although there is no difference between the Sri Ram and Sri Krishna, but one devotee is attracted by the one feature of the Lord and other is attracted by other feature of the Lord. ठीक उसके लिए कहानी सुनाते हैं कि भगवान रास लीला कर रहे थे कृष्ण भगवान he was doing ras leela and then what happened suddenly he disappeared वो चले गए so all the people where is God gone where is Lord Krishna gone everyone was searching then after some searching they found that Krishna is like there is a four-handed form of Lord Narayana he is there right so they saw Lord Narayana is there what they did they paid their humble obeisances to Lord they did their pranam and they went away. They did not associate with me. So they're like, yes, you are Lord Narayana, you are as same as Krishna, but we love Krishna. We don't love you. So someone is attracted to Krishna, someone is attracted to Lord Ram. As a Krishna followers, we are more attracted to Krishna. It doesn't mean we disrespect Lord Ram. Our mantra itself says that Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. This Ram comes from Ramante. Ramante, Ramani, which is very pleasing to the senses. Right? It can mean Balram, it can mean Radha, it can mean Krishna himself, it can mean Bhagwan Ram also. These all things are as correct. If you are chanting with Hare Ram with Bhagwan Ram's name, it means Bhagwan Ram. If you are chanting with the meaning like, okay, here my bhav is for Balram, it means Balram. It can mean anything. Right. It is only, yes. हाँ. क्योंकि भगवान के अवतार है, right? When you see, so how Shastras give example, there is a crystal you see from the other, you see from the one side, you see some other image, you see from other side, you see other image. Like we have एक बच्चों का वो आता है फोटो में 3D वाला, इधर से देखो तो डॉग दिखता है, उधर से देखो कैट दिखता है. But that's not different, right? It's just the different angles of it. No, yes, both have different purpose. That's what I said. They have different leela. They have different swaroop, but they are not really different. The tattva when we say Vishnu tattva, that is not different. Potency, that is not different. They are both are as powerful as each other. Right? And not only both, Narsimha Dev, Bhagwan Narayan, Sri Vishnu, Mahavishnu, right? Shiro Darshe Vishnu, Karudo Darshe Vishnu. All these expansions of Lord, Balram, Sankarshan, think all these expansions are as powerful as any other. Right?
मेरी सारी भी अवतार का काम क्या होता है इनकी विष्णु का तो हमारे पास हम देखते हैं कि सब अलग अलग अवतार इसलिए भगवान कृष्ण के ही देखे तो लड्डू गोपाल जी राधा माधव श्री श्री चैतन्य तो हम किनकी मतलब कहते हैं
किनकी आराधना करें. देखिए आप लड्डू गोपाल की पूजा करिए, राधा माधव की करिए, राधा गोविंद की करिए. It's all Lord Krishna only, right? So there's no difference. It is just a different phases of life, right? It's just a different phases. Someone wants to worship him in like child form. Someone wants to worship him with Radha Rani. Someone wants to worship him with Rukmini Devi. That's all okay, right? It's nothing. Right, that is all okay, right? But actually, I'll think more into that. You said like when we are like new, like immature bhakti, we think that all are avatar of Vishnu. Yes, actually, from the medium of Mahavishnu, only these avatars took place, right? But there is someone who is progenitor of Mahavishnu also. That is Krishna, and that's what our shastras say. Krishnastu Bhagwan Swayam. Etam Chams Kalapupsa. Krishnastu Bhagwan Swayam. So when we read more about this, we know that it's not that Krishna is bigger and Mahavishnu is smaller. No, but who is the real originator? What Srila Vyasadeva says, what Bhagavatam says that it is Krishna, right? So yes, they took avatar from the medium of Mahavishnu, but even Mahavishnu is an expansion of Lord Krishna himself. That is why um, that's the sole reason we are more towards, or we are more focused toward Lord Krishna, right? But they are not different, and no one can disrespect. If someone is disrespecting any of the god, they are like they're just killing their bhakti themselves. Suicide of bhakti, that's called, right? So that's what Srila Prabhupada says, that like someone is attracted to Lord Krishna, someone is attracted to Lord Rama. Tulsidas, when he went to Mathura, he said, someone asked him like, "Chalo Mathura, chalo." So he was like, "I will go to the Mathura, but I will not have a darshan." So he said like, "Why you will not have darshan?" Somehow they took him to the temple, convinced him to go to the temple. So Tulsidas was like closing his eyes and open. So he got his one एक अंतरात्मा की आवाज, one guidance to open his eye. His point was like, I cannot think of any god who does not have a bow and arrow. Right. That मेरे लिए भगवान राम ही सब कुछ है. I am yours, right? You are everything for me. So when he opened his eyes, he saw that the same Krishna Murti is having the bow and arrow in his hand, and they are like a Krishna avatar. He was very surprised. How does this happen? Because they are not different. They are one and the same. So, Srila Prabhupada says this very beautiful line. It's very easy to understand that Ram and Krishna are different, but it's very difficult to understand that they both are same, right? But what is the what what is the actual sar of Shastra? They both are same. You do Krishna, you worship Ram. They are not different. They are all same, right? And yes, so any question? We are at the end of the session. No question? On time? So we'll have one Pranam mantra for Lord Ram, and then we'll finish the session. It's from Srimad Bhagavatam. Namo Brahmanya Devaya. Ramaya Kuntume se Uttam Sloka Duryaya Nyayas Tantandar Pitang Graye न्यस्त न्यस्त दंडार पितांग्रे नमो ब्रह्मण्य देवाय रामाय कुंठपेदसे उत्तम श्लोक तुर्याय न्यस्त दंडार पितांग्रे. Its meaning is, O Lord, you are the supreme personality of Godhead. It's for Bhagwan Ram. The same thing. Right? Lord Ram and Krishna are not different. Here also the same thing. Srila Prabhupada says that. O Lord, you are the supreme personality of Godhead, who have accepted the Brahmanas as your worshipable deity. Your knowledge and memory are never disturbed by anxiety. You are the chief of all famous persons within this world, and your lotus feet are worshipped by sages who are beyond the jurisdiction of punishment. O Lord Ramchandra, let us offer our respectful obeisances unto you. With that, we'll finish. Jai Shri Ram. So we can chant one time. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare